Throughout history, different groups of people got to decide how the world is going to work. In the 60s, they were the engineers. In the 90s, they were the coders who leveraged new technology to build a new economy. As new technology becomes mainstream, a different type of economy appears on the horizon. And there's one particular group of people who already perfectly understand how this new economy works. And that group of people are the gamers. Welcome to another puzzle piece of our mission. In this quest, we will learn the concept of gamification. In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. Mary Poppins got it right. When something is fun to do, it doesn't feel like work. That's why you can play video games for 20 hours straight with no problem whatsoever. Too bad work can be a video game to write. That would make most jobs way more. But over the years, and they started to implement elements from gaming in their own industries through a process called gamification. Have you noticed banking apps getting fancier lately? More colorful, interesting reward points, real-time tracking, some almost feel like finance game. This isn't a design trend. It's gamification happening in the banking system. Gamification is the process of applying game design elements into non-game environments. Industry on Earth will eventually go through a gamification process. And one of the most successful gamification experience is the gamifying the coffee buying experience in Starbucks. Now, how would a simple coffee shop chain elevate a coffee buying experience and make it fun and engaging? The answer is digital engagement through good user experience and adoption of gamification. Starbucks has mastered in-app engagement through features like online ordering and paying ahead of time, creating one's own music playlist through Spotify, viewing reward balance, managing membership cards, and so on. The Starbucks app provides a user experience that is both inviting, innovative, and refreshing, much like their coffee itself. Who won the game though? Starbucks hence is a clear winner in this case. They have reinvented their relationship with customers and captured enormous value through their investment into digital technologies. The most successful language learning apps, Duolingo, gives you experience points every time you practice. But if gamification has been a thing for quite some time, now, why is it suddenly becoming really important? Well, a couple of things are happening right now. Number 1, millennials. It's a generation that grew up with modern technology, video games, and social media are part of their daily lives. And they're used to fast access, instant gratification, and high engagement. 2. Internet connectivity. There are 7 billion people in the world. 6 billion of them have smartphones. Funny enough, more people have access to technology than to banking. And 3. Gaming is blowing up. The whole business model of video games is to be enjoyable and rewarding, so you keep playing. The gaming industry is bigger than the movie and music industry combined. So why is gaming so important here? The industry excels at one very key thing, something that every other industry is failing. At gaming excels at engagement. They're designed to keep you going, to stay in the loop, to play one more round, to make one more turn. They're challenging, rewarding, and offer a sense of progress as you're watching this video. There are countless managers and directors stuck in meetings, scratching their heads, trying to figure out how to boost engagement with their company, with their employees, clients, and customers. It won't take long until they realize there's an industry right next to them which completely dominates the engagement game. Now, before talking about the implication of gamification, let's take a look at something really interesting: the Metaverse economy. When Nike launched the running app, it came with gamification elements like badges, points, and progression system. Runners could track their progress and earn showcase rewards. All good so far, but what if Nike does something crazy? Like tokenizing those rewards. What if for running a 5K, let's say you get 5 Nike coins, which you can later use for discount in their store or even to buy full products. Or maybe you could buy NFTs, like the new virtual Jordan ones with those coins. Or how about this? You could sell those points on the market for real money. This is how the new economy takes shape. Imagine runners farming coins the same way there are gold farmers in the world of Warcraft. This is basically how the metaverse works. The real world and the virtual world come together. Gamification and blockchain makes engagement monetizable for everyone. This new reality is not that far in the future. We'd say we're about 5 to 10 years away from stuff like this being very common in very much every field. Gamification in education. Imagine a new business school is created where in order to graduate, you need to play a game. Let's say this school has its own marketplace that simulates the rules of the real world, and it also has its own currency. Your job is to create a virtual company, engage with other students, create virtual goods and services, and be active in the game's marketplace using the in-game currency. And if your company becomes profitable, you graduate. Gamification is already being used in education to improve the engagement and motivation of the learners by tracking their own progress and rewards. And it makes them enjoyable and fun. Let's take for example the Duolingo app we mentioned earlier. Now, gamification in finance. If there's anything people don't trust, it's banks. They're predatory in nature, and structurally outdated banks really struggle to get people to use their products. But one thing that proved to work is gamification. Most of them started to use a pretty basic model with points, leaderboards, and badges, but they saw great results. Gamification outperformed any other systems they tried to do. And since banks are also under threat from decentralized finance, they will probably be among the first industries to double down on gamification. To catch up, okay, so all of this seems fun and interesting, but how do gamers fit into the story? They are native to this space and have the greatest advantage of timing. The generation who grew up playing video games is now reaching maturity. They understand what makes something enjoyable and rewarding, what progression systems work, what doesn't, and what playing the meta means, and so on. If you look into the gaming industry, it's not the developers who say what game is good or not. It's the community that provides feedback. It's the one saying, hey, this sucks, it doesn't work, change it. They have the best understanding of the space because they've been active in it since they were young. And right now, they're in the best position to translate this knowledge into real-world value. The demand for gaming experience will skyrocket in the following years, and those who understand how to apply gamification to different industries will shape the new economy. And the thing is, we're super early in this space. Here's a quick question. Should a business use social media to grow? Well, of course, everything happens online. But you see, while the answer is obvious now, it wasn't so obvious 10 years ago. We believe the next question will be, do you use gamification to grow? And it'll be obvious then while being not so clear right now. But one thing is clear. Some of the richest people in the world are the ones who can make you click on things. The ones who grab your attention and keep you engaged when gamification gets mainstream adoption. And everything you interact with will have some sort of gamification element to it. Those who are native to this space will dictate how the world works. We don't know what gamification will look like 10 years from now, but those who've been playing video games for 20 plus years will be in the best position to figure it out and make new products. We hope you learned something today. Thank you for watching until the end. And of course, we will appreciate if you could subscribe in this channel for more quests about gamification and other personal development videos content. See you in our next quest!